A Michigan probationer appeared in court facing possible jail time after repeatedly failing probation requirements. But as the hearing continued, the judge slowly realized the violations may have had less to do with defiance and more to do with homelessness, collapsing health problems, and losing the financial support he depended on to survive. Harry Jackson admitted he had failed drug testing, missed probation reporting, and failed to complete mandatory programs. But when the court began asking why, the hearing unexpectedly shifted into a deeply personal conversation about survival, stress, and trying not to completely fall apart.
Record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Harry Jackson, 24-02765, 24-03478. Appearances, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Haley Fortuna Gill on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Jackson, who is standing to my right.
Can you do that last file I gave you back, sir? I put the note in the wrong file. Okay, there was two matters set for hearing today for probation violation. How are we proceeding on these?
Your Honor, at this time, we do not intend to run a contested hearing. I would ask the court to allow Mr. Jackson to accept responsibility or plead responsible to violations number 6, 16, and 18, and consider dismissing or holding in abeyance violations number 19 and 21 as he has become compliant with those two orders.
He wants to plead guilty to 6, 15.
6, 16, and 18, Your Honor. The failure to make payments, failure to test, and failure to enroll in intensive DD programming.
I have 6, 15. I have 16.
I apologize, Your Honor. It's labeled violation number 16 on my paperwork.
That's the one that's stamped by me on the 5th?
I don't know that I received the stamped ones. This is the report dated March 4th from Ms. Bayless. I can show you if you want to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, may I approach? That's the latest report I've received.
Oh, this is the recommendation you read?
The second 2 pages are the violations I received with the numbers.
I don't know what this is she gave you. This is not even signed by me.
Oh, those are the only things I've received from her.
Got it. Okay, sounds good. It says 15 in mine. So I have 6, 15, 18, 19, 21, and you want us to hold which one in advance?
19 and 21, Your Honor, the failure to enroll in cognitive behavioral therapy and failure to enroll in the GED program, both at NWI. He has done both.
Oh, I see what the issue is. I do see 16 on this one. I have 2 in this file. He has 2 files though.
I received the same duplicate for each.
Okay, got it. I did not get a duplicate on the other one. So file number 24-03478, it has 6, 15, and 18.
Are they the same?
Failed to make payments, no payments made, balance is 125. 15 is failed to test. And then 18 is failed to follow the conditions of file 24-02765.
Those are a little different than anything I received.
Okay. And then I do have 2 in the 2765 file. That one does have 19, 21, 16, 18. Let me see here. And it looks like I don't see why it would be really neat. Did you see the recommendation? The recommendation is that he has new cases pending. They're suggesting to terminate probation.
That is the recommendation I have. She did note on here there is a new pending case that is a late issue case that allegedly comes from quite a while from before his sentencing on this case, is my understanding. He is set for pretrial tomorrow in front of the 30th Circuit Court, and he has been remaining in pretty consistent communication with Mr. Palmer of my office on that.
That's on 25-00355.
Correct.
This probation officer seems to be a little fed up here. It says on one file, missed monthly report, admitted to cocaine use, new pending domestic, 0 progress made, cannot safely monitor defendant's testing. The other comments are relatively similar. So since then, because he has allegedly enrolled in cognitive and the GED program, which I'm sure was a late enroll, you want me to hold it in advance? I'm not gonna hold it in advance. You can plead guilty, I'll hold a sentence on that in advance, but I'm not gonna hold any violations in advance for late compliance with an order.
Understood, Your Honor, and I think I did request either dismissal or hold in advance on those two specifically. He is willing to admit to the first three violations, my 6, 16, and 18, for the paperwork I received.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Okay, you understand your right to have a hearing today on these allegations of violating your probation status?
Yes.
You want to waive your hearing and plead guilty to at least some of these violations?
Yes, yes.
Okay, is anyone threatening you to do that?
No.
Any promises being extended to you if you plead guilty?
No.
Okay, as to the violation that you failed to make payments, no payments being made on file number 24-03478, and that your balance is $125 on that file, how do you plead?
Yes.
As to the violation that you failed to test for EverHealth, you failed to test on the 3rd of January, January 11th, January 15th, January 21st, January 29th, February 4th, February 14th, February 18th, and February 25th. How do you plead? And as to violation that you failed to follow the conditions of 24-02765, how do you plead? As to the violation that you failed to make payments on file number 24-02765, that your balance in that file is $485. How do you plead? Allegations that you failed to test. And allegations that you failed to enroll in an intensive domestic violence program at Cognitive Consultants.
She's taking your plea right now. I'm not allowed to talk right now.
Okay, and so then the violation that you failed to enroll in cognitive behavioral therapy, you do not want to plead guilty to that?
I'm enrolled.
As of when?
No. Not yet. They're gonna have money, right?
That's the one that Northwest Initiative that we've asked her to forward in things.
Okay.
You have to answer the question.
Are you enrolled?
No, you know,
In cognitive behavioral therapy?
CBT.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
As of what date?
I'm full class, 4 Mondays I'll be going.
The last 4 Mondays you've attended
Yes.
classes?
Yes.
And then as to
GED.
GED, you do not want to plead guilty to that because you've enrolled in that?
Yes.
When did you enroll?
Last week, Friday was the first intake. And it's Fridays at 10 o'clock.
Just make sure you enrolled prior to that. That was just your first class was last Friday, correct?
Yes.
I assumed as much. Okay, so you attended 4 weeks of classes for CBT, and then GED, you did the intake.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you provide verification of that to your probation officer?
My PO? No, I don't have verification.
No, I'm not saying do you have it now. So you obviously have not provided verification, but you're able to provide verification
Yes, ma'am.
because you do have to provide that verification. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, factual basis on the ones that he put.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Jackson, is it true that in file number 24-02765, you underwent sentencing in front of Judge Simmons in December of 2024?
Yes.
And at that time, she ordered you to make regular monthly payments?
Yes, she did.
And is it true that as of today, you are not making those monthly payments?
No, not right now.
Is it also true that at that sentencing, she ordered you to do regular screening for drugs and alcohol with EverHealth?
She did.
And is it true that as of today, on the dates already read into the record, that you did miss testing?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it also true that at that sentencing, she ordered you to enroll in the intensive domestic violence program at COGS?
She did.
And is it true that as of today, you have not yet enrolled in that program?
Not yet.
In file number number 24-03478, you underwent the same exact sentencing in front of Judge Simmons in December of 2024.
Yes,
At that time, she ordered you to make regular monthly payments.
she did.
As of today, you have not made those payments.
No,
She also ordered you in that file to do regular screening for drugs and alcohol with AverHealth.
she did.
And as of today, you have in fact missed the hearing date or the scheduled dates that have been read into the record.
Yes,
She also ordered you to enroll in intensive domestic violence programming at COGS.
yes, she did.
And as of today, you have not yet enrolled in that program.
Not yet.
I believe that satisfies the factual basis, Your Honor.
Any questions from the prosecutor?
None, Your Honor.
I'm satisfied with the factual basis. I will accept your plea to find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. I've already gone over what the recommendation is. They're suggesting termination of probation and that he serve jail is highly suggested. So you can make allocution.
Prosecutors and probation officials described Jackson as someone who had made little progress while on supervision, repeatedly failing testing requirements and struggling to complete mandatory treatment programs.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have reviewed the recommendation from Ms. Bayless. I certainly understand where she's coming from. I have talked to Mr. Jackson about why the non-compliance on some of these, and I believe as he's indicated or spoke with Ms. Bayless about, a lot of these come down to money. He did enroll in the GED programming. He did enroll in cognitive behavioral therapy. He's taking advantage of the things that he can financially make available to himself, but he admits that he is struggling very deeply with the things that cost money. He does suffer some medical conditions. Have a very limited income. He did bring me paperwork today regarding his income, which largely appears to be survivor benefits from his father, which have been delayed, those payouts to him, and that is what he relies upon to comply with a lot of these financial obligations from the court, including the mandatory testing and the programming, all of which do require payment upfront for a person who can engage in those services. I've advised him that if the court is willing at all to consider giving him a second chance on probation here, that he gets compliant or he serves every single day of the time the court has promised him. He is asking the court to consider that second chance from today. He knows very well that he's got to get compliant today or go to jail. He does believe that he is going to be getting these survivor benefits that will allow him to comply with the court orders. And I would ask the court to consider giving him that opportunity today.
Did Mr. Jackson want to make a statement?
So you can talk about this if you want to. You don't have to, but you can choose to.
Your Honor, I know what you're saying with substituted probation. And I meant every word. We don't know what's going to happen minute, day by day, whatnot. Money was on at the time we sentenced.
What does that mean? Your money was on?
So, but
You were receiving benefits
Yes.
then? Okay, and then somehow got stopped or something?
right, they thought they stopped my money on February 3rd. I didn't get no pay. I get my money 3 days before the 3rd. So it was 3 days before the 3rd now. So we're doing Social Security.
Is your breathing labored right now?
Huh?
It sounds like you're having trouble breathing. That's why I'm asking.
Just trying to think before I talk.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't having a medical emergency.
You have to advise him previously, he has a heart condition.
Trying to do this, what you said. When I went to Social Security to ask for why my money was on there, they was like, we stopped your money, we overpaid you because you was incarcerated from the year 22 to 25 of February. Okay. They said they overpaid me. What's that? RETV.
Return check?
Return check, $88,000. And I was supposed to get, the total receipt was $94,000. Should have received $88,000. So they gave me $5,000 too much. But like I said, all this time they stopped my money so they could investigate of why. Oh God, yeah. So sorry.
Jackson told the court his Social Security survivor benefits had suddenly been suspended after investigators claimed he'd been overpaid while incarcerated, leaving him without stable income, insurance, or the ability to pay for required probation programs.
Of why?
Why you were overpaid?
Yes.
Okay.
So now I got a letter to me. And so March April 16th was the date that it came in the mail. And it says,
Yeah, you can take your time.
Would it help you to sit?
I've been homeless, you know, I can't go home because you said I can't go home.
You mean on the domestic?
Yes, because
The no contact.
yes. So and the drugs and all that stuff, you know, I've been going through a lot. And I'm not trying to make no example. But I didn't know it was gonna be this hard from not being at home, my home base, to do the probation.
Right.
And try to watch, get the kids and stuff like that. I didn't know it was gonna be this hard. I'm stressed, and then I wait on my money. Okay, and then
Take a break.
I ain't trying to.
I'm not putting you in jail.
Sorry, man.
I need you to breathe because we don't need an ambulance here.
She's listening to you. Okay, you got the
You need to have a seat. A seat. I think it's because I didn't call the security in here, so I had nothing to do with it.
Take a seat and take a
Oh shit. Oh.
I was trying to see if somebody was in custody.
Okay.
He's just worried about your medicine.
All right. I took what you said really seriously. You said, I'm not giving you a chance. You ain't got one time. So that stuck with me. As soon as you put me on probation, I just started following it. You know, my money stopped. And then I'm like, oh shit, what I'm gonna do now? So I'm calling my PO. Trying to tell her what's going on with me. She ain't my friend. I thought I can open up to her. I should have told her do a cocaine. But I thought
you were not. Just for the record, you've not received any violation for telling her that.
I know that. I understand that, man. I'm just trying to tell you my story. I'm not playing with you.
Right, but I don't want you to feel that because you shared that with her that you were penalized. You have not been penalized for sharing that, but she has to now tell the court because if there's something that we need to get you some help with, how do I do that if I don't know about it?
Right.
As Jackson tried explaining how probation conditions, homelessness, and financial collapse had overwhelmed him, the hearing became visibly emotional, forcing the judge to pause proceedings and calm him down inside the courtroom.
And here I am. I went to her, wanted to get help, but they cut my insurance off.
I understand. So you're in a position now where your benefits are all cut off?
Everything cut off, but it's good news.
Okay.
I talked to the manager today. Everything about to fall through in the following month.
Okay, so everything should be back on for the next month. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And if Your Honor, if I may, he did bring me paperwork today. It looks like since they handled the SSI offset, they should have restarted payments of $529 each month as a reduction from the $808 he was previously receiving.
Okay, got it. Okay, and then so that's the only benefits you're receiving. You're not receiving your own benefits for your health.
SSI,
I thought that was the death benefits from your father.
This is my daddy's.
Okay.
Survivors. I got another file for me. They just it ain't came to the mail yet.
Got it. Okay, so you do have something else pending for your own health.
Yes.
Okay. And then, but sir, you do know that at least 2 of these programs are free programs.
No. If you say so. But,
well, my understanding is that the CBT and the GED were free for you to enroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't do that either.
Nope, I didn't. I was not worried about it. I'm just going to keep you 100 with you. That was not on my mind. What was on my mind was my insurance.
Okay, so everything was cut off. So you were in like survival mode. You don't know. Yeah, got it.
Ma'am.
Okay. And
Yes,
then you
ma'am.
obviously have you had the domestic matter that you're saying that's before the circuit court now?
It is
Yep.
set for pretrial tomorrow.
Okay, and I don't remember, I vaguely remember a no contact order until, is it that the alleged victims in the home?
Oh.
What-
Let me
one
hear the
second.
attorney speak.
The case that is pending for the circuit court right now, the alleged incident date is from before the case he is currently on probation for.
No, I get that, but I'm trying to understand, because he's talking about not living at home,
From his sentencing on these files, Your Honor, continue the no contact order with Mr. Ralston, I
Yes.
believe,
Okay.
through
Yes.
probation.
got it, okay. But that matter is still pending in the circuit court.
It's a brand new matter before the circuit court, and yes, it is set for its first pretrial tomorrow.
Okay,
So
so,
it was found over a few weeks ago.
okay, let's see. I'm happy to hear that you have at least taken some action before you got into court. That is something that is a saving grace for you, because you're trying to get back on track. And I recognize you're probably having a hard time, not only dealing with your health and navigating, but even navigating in the climate where we are. I know it's difficult getting people on the phone right now and trying to figure out answers about what's going on with the benefits. And if you're using those to survive, including your health insurance, and it sounds like you have some health conditions, that could be disturbing, to say the least. And so I understand those concerns. It sounds like you tried to reach out to your probation officer. Okay, and so, and maybe that was early on where you did,
Yes, ma'am.
but you did miss your February report?
No, yes, I did, yep.
Okay,
February, yep.
how did you, was that the first month you were supposed to report? Okay, got it. Okay, and so the failing to test has to do with the money, obviously.
Yes.
I never put anyone in jail or even move forward with a sentence on a violation for failure to pay. They throw that on there, I recognize, but that's not my concern. My concern is programming and testing.
Yes, ma'am.
And right now, you've not essentially been able to do that. Sounds like your money may get restored, your resources may get restored soon.
Yeah, it says March 25th on his paperwork is the earliest reinstatement. He is still waiting on the first check, but that is, as of 12/24, that is on his paperwork for the next, or student's payment.
The judge acknowledged that many of Jackson's failures appear connected to basic survival issues, including homelessness, loss of income, and confusion surrounding public assistance and probation requirements.
Okay, and then
I can start.
you can start, I'm
Yes.
trying to pay towards whatever it costs. Do we know how much it costs for this intensive domestic violence?
$50 she said up front.
$50 up front. Okay.
And then the lady, my PO said it's I don't know how much it is, $30-some for the class every time. So I gotta manage my money and put it to the side for this class.
Okay, I got it. I see what's happening here.
Well,
Well, you have some, you can't. Let's be clear. You already had some time, because I already put you in on probation until mid-December anyways. So, you are now enrolled in the CBT and the GED program. And so you should be working through those programs while you're waiting for your money to be restored, because those are free programs.
Yes, ma'am.
And the CBT is going to help you. That may even help you get ready for the domestic violence program, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So you wanted to say something?
I was to help. My PO was telling me about the money. I didn't know that it cost that much to twice a week. God, she told me it was I want to say 36 or 26 each drop.
It's $27 each time you drop.
Okay. Can we eliminate one by, can you put me on alcoholic tether, please? So that's,
Scram tether is what you prefer?
yeah.
Oh, I have no problem with
Because
that.
I want to do this. I just want to get back to my house.
He may be able, if you're on SSI, he may be able to get back to help with the cost of a scram cutter when
They haven't cut us SSI though.
Pardon?
You said you're
You're going back on SSI.
Yeah, I never got, yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I get food stamps, so it's $20, but it's something. And just so.
sometimes those insurance programs will help cover the scram tether, and they won't cover testing.
Oh,
Like definitely something to ask them about.
Wait. Can you repeat it?
So sometimes insurances like SSI or SEC help cover the cost of the scram tether when they cannot help cover the cost of testing.
Okay.
Because the scram tether also costs money. That's not
No,
automatically.
it's free for me.
It is, okay.
Yeah, that's what she's saying, that that sometimes they'll cover the cost.
Not
Because
SSI, I'm talking about just because I'm talking about DHS will.
Oh, yeah.
DHS will.
Yeah.
Okay, so if DHS will cover your scram tether, then that's beneficial. Then that way we can avoid you getting in trouble for not testing because you'll have the tether, okay? So I'm gonna continue your probation, add scram tether. I'll note here that you say DHS will cover, so that your probation officer is advised. So you need to go down to probation after that so you can get information about going to get your scram tether attached. You're going to continue programming. Right now, we know you're enrolled in 2 of those, and I expect that you will be enrolled in the intensive domestic violence treatment by June 20th, unless you get with the probation department with some other evidence that your money has not yet been restored, okay?
Yep. Gotcha.
Okay, so that gives you an opportunity to still work on the programming that you're doing, that's free, while your money's being restored. You'll get the tether, that'll take away the I can't get to testing thing. And it sounds like that literally was the basis of your violations.
Yes, ma'am.
Probably could have been resolved another way. I don't know what communications you and Ms. Bayless have. Maybe if you had a one-turn and told her, listen, I don't have any money right now and I can't make the payment. Is there a way I can get a scram tether? She could have sent me an order up here a long time ago and I could have amended it. And then that would have avoided that. And then if you had enrolled in the free treatment, if I had saw that you had enrolled in the free treatment and that I'm amending one aspect because you don't have any money, I wouldn't have signed a violation for failure to enroll in domestic. We would have extended your time. You have time to get this stuff done. But I see that you're trying to get back on track. So I'm going to continue your probation at this time with those conditions. You'll get the scram tether and then
Instead of sending Jackson to jail, the judge chose to continue probation with additional monitoring and treatment requirements, while acknowledging that many of his violations appeared tied to homelessness, medical problems, and financial instability, rather than outright refusal to comply.